Thank you so much for sharing your sweet tea half hour with me today. You're the best.
I fully expected you to be from your car, just by the way. Like, I knew it, Nate. I knew you were gonna there's even a couple of guests I have coming up, and I know one of them's gonna be on their phone walking around, and I'm like, it's totally what I expect. I love it.
I know. I've got this lunch appointment right after this, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have to like get down there and do it from the car. But thank you for your mercy and your grace, and I really appreciate it.
I love it because that's how you and I connect and communicate. Is usually we're on the go and we're in between appointments. Wednesday, I try to at least do my hair and get into the office because I'm trying to take this really serious. But as far as my guests, I want it the real deal. And Nate, we're gonna get the real deal from you today.
This is great. I mean, and hey, we could have sweet tea in the car too. Sweet tea is good anywhere.
Oh, good. You know? I'm telling you, I just had I was telling you before we started, I've got to cut down, dude. It's not good. Like a Subway commercial, right? Like, anyways, what can I get you to drink, Nate?
Well, Emily, the secret today is that you don't need to get me anything because I brought you the drinks today.
What?
I brought the drinks today. I brought one for myself and one for you.
Okay.
We're gonna channel our inner Logan Paul, not Scott Paul, who's great, but our inner Logan Paul.
Is Logan Paul Scott's brother?
No, YouTube guy, like, you know, this big celebrity guy.
Okay.
And these are his prime drinks. I've got lemon lime or blue raspberry. You have your choice. We're talking 10% coconut water, 20 calories for this whole thing. Okay. And this is what we're drinking today. Do you not know what these are?
No, I live under a rock. I don't know.
How old are your kids? How old are your kids?
4-year-old.
Okay. That's why. If your 4-year-old was like 9 or 10, you would know what this is. This is a big deal. Like, this is massive right now. Like these prime drinks.
I don't go in gas stations. I don't listen to pop culture. I know nothing. I'm going to wake up one day. Even people will say stuff about artists, and I'm like, I have no idea who that person is. I don't know any of the new Taylor Swift songs. If I were to go to a concert, I wouldn't be able to sing along. Like, I am worthless.
Well, you know all the good stuff, though. You're like a metalhead. You're like a classic rock. Like, I mean, you know, you know what, you know what's up with music. Like, I mean, if of all the people I know, like, you're probably the coolest person I actually know. Like, but these, okay, so I've got to tell you, okay, you don't know about these, then let me tell you some funny stories. Okay. So I'm serious. I'm surprised you've never heard of Prime.
We're going all in on this. I'm ready.
So my wife, this is like middle of the summer. She like brings these cases home and she's like, by the way, these are a big deal now. I've just learned. And, you know, and so it's all the rage. The kids are into it like crazy. And Ender made me buy a ton of it. Ender's my 9-year-old. So I'm like, okay. So I like, you know, they're in our drink fridge and we're doing whatever. And do you know Landon Ainge? So he's a friend of mine, great friend of mine. You know, he over the 4th of July, he invited our family to come to his brother-in-law's house for fireworks. And which is kind of a funny story. His brother-in-law and I actually grew up together, which helped me get the invite too. But you know, I'm like, what can I bring? And they're like, oh, we're good. We've got it all. And so, you know, I just decided to fill a cooler with drinks. So, you know, I'm putting waters in there and I've got these primes in the drink, you know, in the fridge now. And so I put those in there and I put some sodas in there and I take this cooler to the party and, you know, put it outside or whatever. Anyway, so my buddy Wes, Landon's brother-in-law, his name's Wes Graham. He's an awesome guy too. So cool. Anyway, so like later in the night, he's like walking around like, hey, who brought the prime drinks? And I, you know, I'm like, I mean, I brought them with some other stuff. And he's like, Okay, so you're the hero tonight. The kids are obsessed. The kids are obsessed. You brought pink and green and blue, and my kids don't have those because kids save these bottles. They they drink it and then they keep them in their room. And so,
dude, I had no clue. I am sending you Prime. You're gonna get a case of all.
No, I'm sending you a case. Again, I have the drinks for you. But
I'll take the
blue. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
And I will. I'm next, probably in the next sweet tea or the future one. You guys are gonna see me drinking out of a Prime. Everyone that's watching is gonna know why.
You're gonna taste it and you're gonna be like, "This is horrible," because it's like candy.
Are you an investor, Nate? Don't lie.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really not. I mean, I might as well be though. I'm sure. For how much of this my wife has bought, I'm sure. I need shares in the business, honestly.
Shares. Well, the first question I was going to ask you is, what in the hell do you do, Nate? What is? What's your job? How do you make money? How do you help other people make money?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Everyone has been wondering. Everyone's been wondering that for a long time. Even the people I work with, they're like, what exactly do you do here? What is it that you do? No, so I my main gig, my day job is I'm one of the founders and executives. I'm the COO of a finance company called B10 Capital, and we help the builders, creators, innovators of the world have the resources they need to build, create, and innovate. So we do a lot of the best way to understand our business is through kind of an analogy. It's like in the medical world, you've got a family doctor. I've been wondering what the heck Nate does for a decade. You're still gonna wonder, Bill. You're still gonna wonder. After this, you're gonna be like, I still don't know.
I never show comments, but I was like, oh, we are so doing it.
So in the medical field, you have your family doctor, your general practitioner. That's who you go to. You need a prescription, diagnose, I'm not feeling well, that type of thing, right? But if you need heart surgery, you're probably not having your family doctor operate on you, right? You're going to ask for a referral. He's going to send you to a heart surgeon, and the heart surgeon doesn't become your family doctor, right? He doesn't suddenly start writing you all your prescriptions. The two are going to work as a team. Right. And we're sort of the surgeons in kind of the tax and the finance, CFO type world. So so the CPA, your CPA is going to be your family doctor. Your CFO is going to be, your family doctor. And then for specialty work, that surgeon kind of level strategy on both finance and tax, all the ways to kind of get more juice out of your business lemons or your personal life lemons. How do I get more net income, more net outcome out of my resources? That's kind of what we do.
And I knew that. I know I was being, I was teasing you, but I did know that. And the reason why I know that is I actually really like CFOs and CPAs. I started my career early on in Robert Half Finance and Accounting, and those were my clients. And I feel like all of my recruiter friends were always chasing IT recruiting and going after Silicon Slopes and, really sexy technology companies. And I love working with them, but they're CFOs. Be confident.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're a CFO guy. Never know it. You would never know you're a CFO guy.
No, people still are like, you don't act like a CFO guy.
Here's why it works for you. You will do it if you directly, indirectly, even if you don't get anything out of a relationship, you're the first guy to invite CPAs and CFOs to events. You are a connector, and
Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Well, and here's the thing. And, I don't know, because I was like, you're getting into your secret sauce with liking the CPAs. And I'm like, Emily, like, this is public. You don't want to be sharing your secret sauce here because, the big secret, the trick on the recruitment side, which is like, you're the best on the entire planet Earth at what you do. And that's like getting good talent consistently in that world is hard. It's really tough. And so those guys are always looking for really, 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 really good talent. And so there's just a massive amount of demand. If you're really good at finding it and connecting it, then you're going to crush it. And that's why part of the reason, a little small piece of the reason why you're so good.
I appreciate that. It's my background. It's my team's background. We love it.
Yeah.
I will say this. I hate doing generalizations, but most of the time your CFO, they aren't extroverts, right? They don't get energy from people. It's a drain. They want to go home and crash. And we're starting to find more and more people that you wouldn't think are like that, I just saw a post yesterday from Ivy on LinkedIn where she had that energy drain pin at an event.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love that.
And I get energy from people. Nate, are you a get energy from people type of person?
Okay, you're gonna die. You're gonna think this is so funny, and I say this. I've told people this before, and they're like, "You are a liar." Okay, but like, I think I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert, honestly. Like, here's that's not me. They're like, you are. That's what I mean. You are
always around people.
I'm telling you though, like by pure definition of like what it does to the battery. Like, okay. I love people. I love spending time with them. I love trying to bring energy, but it is depleting for me. Like at the end of the night, like I'm not jazzed. I'm not energized. Like I'm like in a coma, And so my wife is like a super introvert, and I love it so much because she doesn't want to go to parties and she doesn't want to like, you know what I mean? She just is like, let's just hang out, just me and you. And I'm like, and that in our home, that's like my safe space, like where it's like, I love that. And so people are like, dude, let's go out. Let's go on a double date. And I'm like, honestly, not interested.
Oh, Nate, I'm opposite. I'll wake up feeling like, trash. I don't want to get ready. I don't want to go anywhere. I'll trick myself into going somewhere. And I kid you not, it's just like bills throughout the day. And by like 10 o'clock, I'm ramped up. I'm organizing an after party because I have so much energy and I get energy from people and it builds and builds and builds.
That's why I love hanging out with you. Like I love hanging out with people like you and with you because like you make it so easy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not having to put all of the energy into the situation. Like with you, I get it, there's a lot of that like back and forth and playing off that energy, and it helps, and it does help to refill my, recharge me a bit. And so that's like super refreshing for me. I love that. And you're so good at that. Everyone gets a lot of energy from hanging out with you.
I will say, I feel like the women in the Utah community, like we lift each other up. We're really empowering. But I will tell you, you can be the leader of the pack because you're so complimentary. Almost to the point where I'm just like, dang you, Nate, you're so nice. I told you this before we started. Like, let's just set a lower bar with each other. But I'll tell the group this.
Yeah. Do it.
I knew you were my type of guy when we went to Sapa on State Street.
Yeah.
Are you an owner in Sapa? Be honest.
Again, I need shares because, like, I mean,
you need shares.
We help support that business through the ups and downs.
Okay, that's an understatement of the century. Okay, here's how I knew Nate was my guy. We went there. The guy didn't even or knew him, didn't offer him a menu, and was like, Nate, the regular, the usual today. And Nate's like, yeah, but also, and then you proceed to order a ton of stuff off the menu. And the entire table is stuffed. Like no one's taking any rolls. We cannot eat. And then what does Nate do? He orders more. And I'm like, you and my mother are one and the same, Nate Bradshaw. That is my mom.
Dude.
If people aren't taking home leftovers and you don't feel like Thanksgiving, like, and that's you. Like, don't ever go to lunch with Nate if you don't want to just be in a food coma.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope you had a good time. You know, I do genuinely care about people feeling comfortable and welcome, and just, I mean, I think that's why I buy lunch so much and just make that clear up front, because like I just am like, dude, let's get the awkwardness out of the way. No one's worrying about the check or what's happening here. Like, let's just be us. Let's just be humans right now. And let's get all the other fluff out of the way. Let's make sure that we've got plenty to eat, that everyone's comfortable. No one's like worried about what we've got or what we don't have. No one's worried about like what, you know, what we're going to, you know, what the check's going to look like, whatever. It's just like, let's just get all the stuff out of the way so that we can just really focus on this time we have together right now. You know, I mean, this, like with you, you know, and like even this right now, like literally this is everything, you know, like this experience that we have in life. Like I genuinely don't know what the point of any of it is if it isn't centered in human connection and in building each other up, like building ourselves up and building each other up. And, you know, and like we all have shitty days and we all do shitty things. So yesterday you were a complete asshole, you know.
I did tell you that. I was like, I had a really shitty conversation. Yeah, it's true.
But it's like, you know, we all like, and we have that, and because we're all human, and that sucks sometimes, but like we need grace, we need to give grace, we need to make the charitable assumption with people like that, you know, that they're not trying to be bad or evil or you know, or unkind, but just like, you know, life's just tough. And when we can like look at each other and just try and connect on that human level and just give that grace to each other and you know, and be willing to forgive ourselves and genuinely just look at like, what can I do today to be better than I was yesterday and to help others be better than they were yesterday. I mean, that is when magic happens in the world. And that to me gives purpose to everything.
And I love this. I love how you, not just symbolically, but you execute that around like the dinner table, right? The supper table. I have a cultural book at Higher Integrated, and I kind of put in there something similar where I want everyone to feel like they have a seat at the table. Even like your plate is there, it's setting, even if you can't show up every day or you get busy, like, you know, anytime you drop in, you have a seat at the table. And I just feel like that is why I have been so like attracted to you and your group and your company and your involvement over the years, is you know the basic element of seeing through all of it and trying to understand, what can I give this person, right? Like what's the connection? How can we build each other up? And that's why I think you do so many things that you don't even like benefit from today, but I think you get a great deal of benefit from it over the course of time. Really, and well deserved.
Thank you. You're being very kind, very generous compliments. Thank you very much for that. Thank you so much. You know, I just, there's a lot of really good people like you that also care about, like, you know, having that seat at the table for people, like being inclusive, wanting to build value, wanting to make the world genuinely like a better place. And I do, but some of them like don't have the resources that, like, some of them are starting out. They either don't have the direction or the resources to be able to like make as big of a difference as they potentially could. And, it's like on Shark Tank years and years and years ago, Damon John, there's this guy on there and he was talking about like what a difference he was going to make in the world, but his business model sucked. And Damon's like, look, dude, like you've got to make it before you make a difference. Like you got to quit worrying so much about making a difference until like you have the ability and the resource and the platform and the reach to really make a difference. Like, you got to focus on like having a good business first, and then you can leverage that value. And I take a stewardship of responsibility of, I've been pretty fortunate to have some success, and, I feel like there's a stewardship in needing to pay that forward to people that I know, like, with resource, with platform, like that these are, there's a lot of assholes in the world, and these guys are not them, gals, you know what I mean? Like with these individuals with resource and with reach and with platform, like they could really make a difference. Like they just are, they're a shooting star. They're just looking for their kind of place in the sky. And if I can just be a small part in like helping that star find that place in the sky, and and being able to change the world, like if I can change the world for the people that are going to change the world, then that is, that's literally everything and anything I want to do.
Well, I feel the exact same. And I think this about me, but ever since I've launched Hire Integrated, I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary. Probably I'm pretty excited. We got
congratulations. That's amazing. That is so cool.
Thanks. So ever since I launched Hire Integrated, it all started with, Larry H. Miller.
Small business. They're just kind of a small startup company.
Yeah, you may have heard of them. But no, I'm really grateful because a really prominent EA there I got to work with introduced me to another prominent family. And I was able to kind of help them hire, important executive assistants, director of charitable giving, people in the family office, right? And these are referral to referral only. And what's happened, I'm like 10, 11 referrals into it, right? One family fund to another family fund to another family fund. And I think because I take the approach that you just described, Nate, which is, look, I'm not a billionaire, but one day I want to be. And when I do, I will have a much more substantial impact on giving. So a way that I can give is I can bring every ounce of heart and soul into this search so that your family fund is not only protected, but enhanced, and people have more access to your philanthropy and the way that you want to go into market. And not to mention, I need to kind of offer a level of protection because it does have a effect.
Right.
So I guess that's a really long-winded way of saying I've been really blessed to play a small part in people that have the means to really impact. We're talking large scale type of opportunities and ways of giving back. And I've protected with my life because of that.
Wow. You do a phenomenal job. That's why your business will continue to grow. You're definitely gonna, be able to achieve all your goals for sure. Because like you just, you have the magic that, that people are looking for in your space specifically, but, you just add so much value. I love what you were saying about, because I do want to make sure that I'm being clear that not everyone has to change the world and solving world hunger either though. Everybody, every single person can make a difference by literally just lifting up anyone in their sphere of influence. Just one person, just being kind, just being generous, just being thoughtful, just being encouraging, giving a compliment, giving some praise, making a referral, highlighting somebody, just that.
That's right.
Alone can make a difference for that person in that.
Smiling. right?
Yes.
Smiling.
Yes.
Sometimes when you see someone's having a shitty day or you're walking by someone, I always talk about the importance of smiling. It's just that connection of passing a stranger. My husband drives a Jeep. Every time he passes another Jeep, we get the wave. And I'm like, okay, it's a Jeep community. It's just going to boost someone for a split second. I'm for it, you know? I lost Nate, which is probably, I'm going to say, his cell phone.
I had a call come through and it disconnected me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I thought your phone got too hot. Nate, we're at the 25 mark and
oh my gosh.
I'm going to wrap up in a minute. Like I'm going to go 60 seconds longer. And I try to always keep this at 20 minutes, but people always know I lie. So you made a post and I'm going to flip you for a minute, but you said on here, okay, this is lightning round, okay?
I don't know the answers to these questions. I don't know.
Well, you better make something up because we have a 60-second lightning round. Here I go. Who are the hottest new founders right now, Nate?
Okay. Well, because he replied in our chat, I'm going to say Landon Pitcher at least, though. Love those guys. Those guys are awesome. Also, my lunches with Zach Barney over at Mobley. Those guys are killer too. I love them so much. We're customers. I'm a small investor in their business.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
So shameless plug for Mobley. I love those guys. And I'm a Listo customer. I love those guys too. They're crushing it. They're killing it. Love this. Lots of great founders. Those companies are great.
Tag them in the comments, Nate, when you get time and all of your spare time. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if this is going to make it in 60 seconds or less, but what is the true origin story of Silicon Slopes? I have no freaking clue.
I told you. I don't know either. I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
Okay. I don't know. We're calling on you. Comments, Clint. He's never.
Yes, come on, chat. Everyone, in chat, let's help us out here.
Tag Clint Best. At least to fast forward it to the 27 mark. Give us an answer. Where can I find the best Indian food?
Red Fort in Layton, Utah. It's insane. It's so freaking good. It's amazing. Blow your mind.
He knows this. He knows his food.
We have to go get Indian food there, by the way. Okay. Anyway.
Oh boy, these are your questions. What Utah executives wear a hairpiece? Nate Bradshaw. I mean, you're probably safer to go with a female here because, like, clip-ins for hair thickening is very socially acceptable amongst the females. I would not say a male, whatever you say. Actually, we can pick on Russ. Maybe Russ.
We're gonna pick on one of my bald friends because then it's just funny. So Scott Porter. He looks amazing in a hairpiece. He's insane. He's good looking in, out of the hairpiece. Either way, great guy. So
okay, Scott, you got called out by Nate. Reach out to him if that's a problem, not me. I'm gonna have to monitor comments after this goes. And then,
oh my gosh.
Last but not least, who's gonna be voted off the island next? First of all, what islands? And I need to make sure that.
That's what Russ is getting. That's where Russ is. Russ is off next. He's off next. Honestly, he hasn't been pulling his weight at camp. He hasn't been helping with shelter. He doesn't fish. He doesn't do well in challenges. Like, I'm not sure what he's doing here. So,
dude, Russ, you just got voted off the island. On that topic of inclusiveness, we just totally backed it up. No.
Listen, me and Emily are going for the $1 million. Okay, this is a dog eat dog situation.
I'll tell you this, Nate. If you have a lifeline, I don't know if I'm your girl on that one. Like I said, I am so out of trend. I don't even know this drink that I had.
Okay, one final story. One final funny story. Okay, just one final one. Okay, because we're on the.
I've lost all control. Let's just take it to the 30-minute mark. Hell, why not?
Okay, so because we're talking about Survivor, so the other CBS show with Mark Burnett or whatever his name is that produces that stuff. Amazing Race. I love that show. So fun.
Yeah.
Me and my wife love that show. The problem, though, is that me and my wife could never go and do it together. So I always am looking for somebody that could be my race companion. And the reason we couldn't is because sometimes they have a challenge where they ask you to like eat weird food. She hates milk. She hates it. She absolutely hates cow milk, any milk, all milk. Okay, except for vegetable stuff like, like almond milk or whatever. She's cool with that. But like animal milk, no way. And I know it in every part of my body that they will make us drink camel milk as one of the challenges, and she will leave the race. We will be at the final leg. The $1 million will be right there, and she'll get a glass of camel milk, and she'll be like, nope, won't do it.
Not worth $1 million.
And because of that, I've told her, I'm like, babe, I cannot take you. I'm racing, and you cannot come with me because I know you won't do what it takes when the glass of milk gets in front of you. I know you won't. So anyway.
Well, no milk shipped to your house after that. And your poor wife, Nate, take your wife on freaking...
She will be more happy with me winning the $1 million because I'll drink the milk. She'll be happier with that than coming with me. I know it. I just know it. It's fine.
I'll bring her on.
Okay.
I'll ask her herself. Nate, you've got a lunch appointment. I can't believe I went this long. Anyone that's still watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
You're awesome. Thank you for having me today. I had the best time. You're incredible. And when I see you next, this episode has been brought to you by Prime. Delicious Prime.
That's the one I want right there. So save it for me, okay?